Get to May, to get to this day. Everyone in here has worked so hard, they're so creative, and the show is really fun and exciting. Are you pumped to see it? All right, so all we ask is that you sit quietly, you pay attention. If you have a cell phone on, please put it on silent. Parents, if you want to move down and sit and fill in these benches on the side, it's a great view up there as well. If you want to fill them in, please come down. We're going to start in 1 minute. So if you would just put your hands together, give them a huge round of applause, show your support. And enjoy the show. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Deep under the surface of the river Gangyang lies some vast kingdom of fish, many generations of these. Splish, splash, a splishy splash, splish, the sweetest tasting water, full of happy fish.
Jiggly, giggly, wriggly, woo. It has the tallest and tickliest seagrass too. Then one day, with no warning, the once pleasant riverbed and all the rocks by the creek side turned a purpley red.
Fish stopped and darted from the poison ahead, but many fish became sick. Some turned belly up dead. As Fabian, the rainbow trout, was out searching for food, he met up with a school of fish, all in a disgruntled mood.
Swim for your lives, the creek has turned red.
Don't just swim away. We've faced danger before. If we put our tails together, we can stop it at its core.
No way, Fabian, you have to go it alone.
This poison's too strong, it'll rot you to the bone.
We escaped, but the stench made the others succumb.
It's too dangerous for us to stay.
No time, we must be on our way.
Wait, we should figure out how to stop the poison from spreading. How do you know it's safer in the direction you're heading?
We've made our decision, no more time to debate.
Turn and follow us or let death be your fate.
Good luck, Fabian. Hope to see you again one day.
We'll come back when the poison's gone away.
Abandoned by the others, Fabian decided to fight.
He wouldn't be like Zen, paddling off in front.
I will go see our leader, the mighty catfish. He will have a solution.
But when Fabian reached him, he was dying from the pollution.
The mighty catfish is not well. Come back when he is awake. You have to let me speak to him. Our safety is at stake. No one gets in without an appointment. Get out of my sight.
Malone, let him in. I want to hear his plight.
Your Majesty, please pardon my intrusion. I need your advice to end all the confusion.
Slow down, my little fingerling. Of what confusion do you speak?
Fish are fleeing from the poison in the creek. They say it caused many deaths, week after week.
The problem is much larger and more widespread than they think. Terrible things are happening. Even islands are starting to sink. This problem is global. There's no time for indecision. Look at these news reports on shallow vision.
Good afternoon. I'm Myrtle, the soft-shelled African turtle. Things are so bad your inside will quiver. The river bends littered with washed-up plastic. Follow me to where the story is more drastic. Look at these garbage bags. Really. Good afternoon. I'm Myrtle, the soft-shelled African turtle. Things are so bad Good afternoon. I'm Myrtle. Good afternoon. I'm Myrtle, the soft-shelled African turtle. Things are so bad your insides will quiver. The river bends littered with washed-up plastic. Follow me to where the story is more drastic. Look at these garbage bags freely floating. When the fish eat them, their bellies start bloating. The plastic smoothes the riverbed. Oh, these bags are stuck in my head!
If you think that's bad, watch this channel. It's the SeaWorld Report from an expert panel.
Algal blooms are more frequent and toxic worldwide.
Global warming and chemical fertilizers cause this noxious tide.
Thousands of sea turtles, dolphins, and manatees have died. The seriousness of this problem cannot be denied. This report shows tons of dead fish washed ashore. Humans must change the way they farm, or there will be more. If we can't stop these algae blooms, our SeaWorld will turn into giant tombs.
Breaking news, live from Australia at the Great Barrier Reef. The rising sea temperature stirring up lots of grief. The root, global warming, and I'll explain why. It heats the water, causing half the coral to die. The heat forces algae to leave, which makes the coral bony white. It looks like a bleached skeleton, a very scary sight. Clownfish have nothing to eat. Seahorses have nowhere to hide. Politicians who call climate change a hoax, well, they all lie.
So it's not just happening in Ganges.
Fabian, if you don't act soon, our entire world will cease.
I'm at the Gulf of Mexico, where an underwater oil pipeline has burst, and the damage it has caused is truly the worst. Lightning struck the oil pool, which has created a circle of fire. The humans must put out the blaze, or things will be most dire. An ocean on fire could not be stranger. All birds, water mammals, and fish are in danger. Plastic, fertilizers, oil, and global warming are the things we didn't create.
But humans did, and now doom and gloom is our fate.
The island of Tuvalu is sinking. Let's hear what the residents are thinking.
I represent the plague of the Polynesian rat. I want to bring awareness to the loss of my habitat. Global warming melts the polarized caps. No surprise. And the sad facts make the sea levels rise. If the ice caps at the poles continue to shrink, all our homes will disappear in a blink.
I can't watch this anymore. This is a nightmare.
Fabian, you can fix this. You can make humans care.
I can't. I'm one tiny fish. Who will listen to me? This problem's way too big, don't you see?
You may be small, but you have the power. Seize the day. This is your hour. Only you can tame this deadly course. You must go on land and stop this poison at its source.
I can't. A fish out of water cannot thrive.
You must, or else you will not survive.
To help Fabian complete his treacherous task, the mighty catfish gave him a magical flask.
This flask contains a potion to help you speak and walk on land. You must drink one big gulp when you reach the wet sand.
With those last words, the mighty catfish sighed, wiggled his whiskers, and peacefully died. Fabian sniffled as tears fell from his eyes.
I'll fix this mess before another fish dies.
With his newly found courage, Fabian swam as fast as he could. Deep down, he knew his mission was all for the good.
His gills and eyes burned from the poisonous currents, but he wouldn't let the pain be deterrent.
The water felt thick, like a pool of jelly. Each inhale caused a rumble in his belly.
He swam closer and closer to shore. Each breath hurt more than the one before.
As he reached the wet sand, Fabian opened the flask. He needed a miracle to complete this task.
He took one big swig that caused his body to dance a jig.
He started to wiggle and jiggle, which just made him giggle.
Dazed and confused, Fabian stood upright.
Walked on his tail and made sounds to his delight.
He teetered to the boardwalk with great authority, as if he were a member of the moral majority.
Which way should I go?
Then he saw a girl pour brown liquid into the water just below.
Hey you, stop that. Do you know what misery you're causing?
The girl looked around and kept pouring without pausing.
Fabian ran towards her, screaming.
Stop! You murderer!
What? A talking fish? I must be dreaming.
Shaking her head, she threw the can into the sea.
I must be crazy, or did a fish just talk to me?
Do you realize how many lives you've taken? The entire stability of the sea road has been shaken.
It was only a soda can. Besides, it's not just me. It's him, and it's her. Everyone litters. Don't you see?
Are you really that selfish? You don't even care? Your actions ruined my world and it needs repair.
When they stop, then I'll stop. So shut your big trap. I don't want to hear a bunch of this ecological crap.
Because everyone does the wrong thing doesn't make it right. And the hurt you cause is real even though it's out of sight.
I poured soda, not poison. There is no harm. So calm down. There's no need to sound an alarm.
Have you ever seen a turtle tangled in a plastic struggling for air? If you did, I'm sure you would care. Or thousands of fish tangled in thick or spill. Seeing the lifeless bodies would give you a chill.
But I didn't cause that. You can't blame me. Big companies did that. And it is wrong. I agree.
Then do something to stop them. Don't just stand by. If you believe they're wrong, then you have to try. We'll find who's responsible and make them do right.
All right. I'll help. You're one pushy trout. You will get your way, I have no doubt.
First, you must dive in the water and get your can. Then clean up her garbage and the trash left by that man.
Okay, what I did was wrong. I'll do what you say. How about an intro? My name is Sydney, by the way.
Oh, I guess I have to seem a little berserk. My name is Fabian. Now please get to work.
Fabian! Wait! Fabian and Sydney stacked discarded bottles and cans into huge piles, but they hardly made a dent because the trash stretched for miles.
Fabian, I know there's a lot at stake, but I'm hungry and I'm tired. Can we please take a break?
Okay, go for those rocks and take a seat. I'll splash around and find something to eat.
As Sydney strolled closer to the rocks, she smelled hamburgers cooking. She ran towards the grill and couldn't stop looking.
Oh my goodness, honey, you look like you're starving. Go get a piece of chicken my sister's carving.
Thank you, ma'am. I can eat the whole thing.
Well, help yourself, but save me a wing.
Shanti, who is this? Where'd this greedy girl come from? You better grab a piece of chicken now if you want to eat some.
My name is Shanti, and this is my sister Shantae. Are you by yourself? Have you been here all day?
I'm here with a friend. See those piles of bottles and cans? We stacked all of them up with our own little hands.
In one afternoon, you and your friend did all that work? Wow, your energy and dedication makes me feel like a lazy jerk.
I once worked for a company that turned oil into plastic. I warned them the waste it caused would be drastic.
If they knew the danger, why didn't they stop?
To stop would cause their profits to drop, so they postponed the cleanup plans to a later date. Now things are so bad, it almost feels too late.
That's why it's so inspiring to see you and your friend take action. I wish my generation had done more, if only just a fraction.
I'd better get back to the cleanup. Thanks again for the treat. I just hope my friend Fabian found something in the water to eat.
In the water? Shantae, go put some burgers for a friend on a dish.
No need. My friend Fabian only eats water insects and small fish.
What kind of unhealthy diet is that?
Does it get rid of unwanted belly fat?
No. My friend Fabian is a fish. A rainbow trout, to be precise. And if he catches me wasting time, he won't be very nice.
But how can a fish survive on land?
He drank a magic potion when he reached the wet sand. Now he can talk and walk upright. When you see him, it's an unbelievable sight.
He quickly teetered over to see what was going on.
Excuse me, what's happening? Sydney, are you alright? What? A fish who can talk? This is a strange sight.
Fabian, this is Shanti and Shantae. Shantae once worked for the company that caused the pollution.
Well, if you're responsible, then what's your solution? Shantae warned her bosses, but they wouldn't listen, so she is not the cause.
And Shanti petitioned the government, but they failed to enact any laws.
Fabian, they want to help. They're on our side.
Sorry, it's just so many of my friends have died. Please trust us. We are your friend and not your foe.
Ask me anything. I'll tell you all that I know.
If we show the companies the mess they've created, do you think they'll be persuaded?
It's a good idea. But in reality, no adult would listen to a kid.
Oh really? What humans would listen to a fish, but you did? You make a good point. I guess that's true.
Then start with the dew poop chemical, pea sewage, and spooling oil, to name a few.
Hey, I bet we'll end up in Congress by the time we're through.
Congress. Is that one of the big polluters in this town? Let's go after them first and shut them down.
Fabian, Congress is the government. They enact all the laws.
You got to be well organized before they'll hear your cause.
And these big corporations have a lot of influence and power.
They control Congress people through the money they shower.
What about the people? Don't we have a say?
Yes, that happens on election day.
Adults vote for a candidate who will serve for a term, and all the things they promised, we hope they'll affirm.
But when candidates take office, many forget whom they serve. That's why voters don't always get what they deserve.
You said if we
Mom,
organize, they will
no
listen
need to
us.
worry.
Then let's
I'm
create a big
completely
group
all right.
and create a big fuss.
We could hang flyers in every playground and park, but we'd have to hold our meetings way before dark.
It sounds like you two are ready to take action.
And don't stop until you get satisfaction.
We need to head back to town. I need to get back before the sun goes down.
Sydney, is that a talking fish using my Android device? reached home, it was 8:30, and Sydney could see her mother waiting by the front gate.
Fabian, hop out quick and meet me by the back door. If my mom sees you, she'll really roar. I'll sneak you in when the time is right. But please, just for now, stay out of sight.
Fabian hid by a nearby tree as Sydney's mother gave her a 3rd degree.
Young lady, I was so worried about you. You said you'll be back 2:30.
Mom, no need to worry. I'm completely all right.
Sydney, go straight to your room. We'll talk more tonight.
Sydney sneaked Fabian into her room when the coast was clear. They had lots to do to kick this campaign into high gear.
They researched the issues long into the night and made lists of companies that they had to fight.
The next day, the surprises did not end as Sydney introduced her mom to her new friend.
Hello, my name is Fabian, and we need your advice. Sydney, is that a talking fish using my Android device?
After the shock wore off, Sydney's mom was on board. Fabian's cause was way too important to be ignored.
She helped Sydney and Fabian start a website to publicize their campaign. BecomeAPollutionBuster.com was the address of its domain.
The Pollution Busters uploaded videos to YouTube and TikTok and even started a Facebook page. Made shirts and hats with their logo. That became a rage.
Their protest movement was featured on every news feed, and people all over were inspired by their lead.
Kids from nearby communities signed up to help out. Others too far zoomed in to see what the hoopla was all about.
Hi. In Rwanda, we outlawed all single-use plastic packaging too. Other countries should follow because it's the right thing to do.
The country Bangladesh was first to give plastic the boot. Our scientists figured out how to make bags out of jute.
Sikkim, my state in India, banned all chemical fertilizers and pesticides in farming, and the positive changes in human health and wildlife has been alarming.
Woo! Stop plastic use. Kenya has issued one of the strictest punishments without fail. If caught, you can face a $40,000 fine or is going to jail.
At our school, we held an upcycling cardboard and plastic contest. My grade made a New Year lunar dragon from cardboard. That was the best.
Woo! Bye.
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 Everyone in school cut their water use by 50%. It was easy, just shortening our showers made a huge dent.
Instead of riding in separate cars, some to go to school, some kids ride bikes and families have started to carpool.
Ooh.
I read that students at AIS in Lagos got their schools to use paper straws in their canteen. It's one of the best actions taken by students that I've ever seen.
8 states in the U.S. banned plastic bags and straws as of 2022. So the other 42 states have a lot of catching up to do.
I am excited to report Thailand has banned all plastic bags. And at school, we started sewing grocery sacks from recycled rags.
the best news ever heard.
And we have our March on Washington. Let's spread the word!
The pollution busters painted thousands of posters and signs and hung them up in every playground, park, and stores of all kinds.
Petitions were signed and parents got involved who said the world's problems couldn't be solved.
The big companies were not happy with the kids' ecological movement. They decided to host a meeting with the Congress, was to their behoovement.
Spewing oil, PU sewage, and U-poop chemical took the lead.
Listen here, Gish. We'll cut off campaign funds if you politicians don't take heed.
My friends, there's no need to shout. I'm sure we can work something out.
If these kids get what they want, my company will suffer great financial loss.
Listen here, Gish. This is business, not horseplay. You better show those brats who's boss.
I understand your positions and I'll find positive solutions. I'll never forget those who give such generous contributions.
The head of the Environmental Committee was Senator Gish. His re-election funds won't suffer because of some dead fish.
Oh, Carlotta! Carlotta, you are my most trusted aide. You better do what I say if you want to get paid.
Sir, why are you in such a huff? Sir, why are you in such a huff?
Those Save the Planet kids! I've had it up to here. Enough!
Sir, it's too late. The Kids March on Washington is already set. The ads are in the Sun, the Time, and the Daily Gazette. I think you should join them. You've got nothing to lose. The press loves them, and you'll be all over the news.
You think? No, Carlotta, that's not why you were hired. If you cannot do what I say, then get out now. You're fired.
Fine, Senator. I will gladly pack my things and leave, because trying to stop them will be impossible to achieve.
How can I stop them? If only I had a clue. Wait a minute. Maybe my sugar-addicted son would know what to do.
Senator Gish had a son named Randy who would do anything for a piece of candy.
For years, Gish had been ashamed of his cabin-thrown boy.
But maybe this time the sugar muncher could serve as a decoy.
Hello? Son, would you desperately help out your old dad? Now, what do you know about these kids who are making us grown-ups mad?
I know that group. They want to clean up the ocean.
I mean, no. Where did you hear that lotion? They're trying to stop tooth decay by banning your favorite candy like your favorite Milky Way.
No way! That's crazy! What an outrage! Father, stop them! Lock them up in a cage!
Calm down, son. We need to think up a scheme. I I know. You should become part of their team. And to earn their trust, you must be snide. And then we can foil their plans from inside.
So Randy joined up and became a pollution buster. He performed every task with as much enthusiasm as he could muster.
Fabian was thrilled! Sydney couldn't imagine anything greater!
But little did they know, their loyal Randy was a traitor.
The March on Washington was all set for the 15th of May.
If only my sea friends could join in on that day.
Fabian!
The magic potion. Let's sprinkle it in every lake, river, and ocean.
Fabian excitedly took out his cell phone and immediately dialed his friend Malone.
Malone, we need the Sea World to join this action. If we all work together, our cause will gain traction.
Was a largemouth bass and second in command. She could get the others to follow her demand.
Malone, we need the Sea World to join this action. If we all work together, our cause will gain traction. Mighty Catfish gave me a potion so I could walk and talk on land. We'll sprinkle it in the water for you all to drink as you reach the wet sand. Then all of the sea world can be part of the solution, and together we'll end the pollution.
Fabian, I'll send out a signal to rally the troops. At dawn, we'll be waiting in the surface in groups.
Fabian, I'll enlist the help of every boy and Girl Scout. We'll use their boat to sprinkle the potion all about.
I'll check the robots for repair. Yay!
Here was his chance to turn their dream into despair.
Like a weasel, he scratched a hole in the bottom of each boat. Father, it's done, and I did it all on my own.
Yes, well done, my boy. You know you've always been my pride and joy.
Yay!
All the boy and Girl Scouts. All the boy and Girl Scouts set sail at dawn.
They needed all day to reach every fish, oyster, and prawn.
One by one, all the boats sprang a leak. Everyone was scared and started to shriek.
I know! Plug the holes with bubble gum. And if you don't have any, just use your thumb. To finish before dark, they had to make hay.
Row faster, there's no time to waste.
next morning, they felt the ground rumble and shake. Creatures of all kinds came out of every river, ocean, and lake.
Sydney and Fabian were at the head of the rally. They had to get to Washington. No time to dilly-dally.
Kids and fish on buses, eels, wolves, and guppies, take the trains. Sea creatures without tickets floating through the drains. We call for a motion to clean up the ocean. We call for a motion to clean up the ocean. We want action. We want action. We won't leave till we get satisfaction. We won't leave till we get satisfaction. What do we want? Clean water. What do we want it? Now. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Climate change has got to go. 2, 4, 6, 8. Anti-pollution's really great. 2, 4, 6, 8. Anti-pollution's really great.
Randy sheepishly stood in the back, listening to their chants. He soon realized his beliefs were just hysterical rants.
The story his father told him was a big lie. His eyes filled with tears, and he started to cry.
He jumped on a soapbox and began to yell. He had something to say and the truth to tell.
I am the son of Senator Gish, and I want the Senate to hear my wish. We must clean up the ocean. Saving our planet must be our sacred vow. My dad tricked me into doing something wrong. I know that now. My dad is in cahoots with all the companies destroying every ocean, river, and lake. We must turn the tides, no matter how much money or sacrifice it will take.
Senator Gish watched Randy from a makeshift stage. Hearing his son's message filled his chest with rage.
Senator Gish hid in his office in shame, trying to figure out who else he could blame.
How could my son betray me like that? Who knew he was such a spoiled brat?
Inside the house, one representative bellowed.
There's no way for us to table this motion. We have to pass the law and clean up the ocean.
The Speaker of the House called for a vote.
All in favor say yay!
All senators said,
Except for Senator Gish, who grumbled.
There was nothing he could do, so he glumly took his seat and sadly tasted the bitterness of total defeat.
later that same day, they formed the Clean Water Pact, which required big companies to clean up their act.
They were forced to come up with a cleaner solution, for the world would no longer tolerate their pollution.
Can't see the stairs. Sorry. He fell. Phoebe, you're this side. Phoebe, you're this side. We practice. and Fabian had won their fight. They could return to their home triumphant with delight.
They stood on the pier where they had first met. Although filled with joy, each had a tinge of regret.
Their adventure had come to an end, but each would always be the other's true friend.
Sydney hugged Fabian goodbye, and as Fabian jumped into the water, he left a rainbow in the sky.
children and parents. It is scary and dark up here. I can't see people. It takes a lot to be up here. So the children did an incredible job. Can we give them another round of applause, please? This has been an amazing opportunity to see just how much goes into a show. The children not only acted, they also had to do the movement of the props. You can hear they're excited, understandably. But they moved the props, they had to be involved, and it truly was not just here, but a huge community effort. I have some thank yous I want to give out, and I want to make sure that I honor everybody who's been a part of making this a really memorable experience. I need my glasses. Okay, this really has been a true community-supported production. I would like us to give a round of applause to Green Fingers Wildlife Conservation Initiative, who made the amazing costumes from upcycled materials. A huge round of applause to Miss Mariana and the talented high school art students who painted them. Can we have a round of applause for Mr. Akache, who created the templates for the first graders' fish heads? Mr. Anthony, who made many of the props, especially the Shell-O-Vision. Round of applause, please. To the third grade students who painted the props and parents who helped with costume fittings and makeup application, please give them a round of applause. Miss Victoria Ajay, who worked for 2 days straight designing harnesses and sewing them onto the huge fish heads so they would stay on. Please give that person a round of applause as well. Miss Tina and Mr. John and Mr. Sean for the amazing work the maintenance staff have done to help get this rolling together. Please, a huge round of applause. And can we have a round of applause for Veta Richardson, who supported the production through her foundation, Global Community Arts Foundation. Can we give them a round of applause as well, please? Now, I'm going to pop off stage here to also say the biggest thank you to the three that you can see on stage. On behalf of us for all of their hard work, the times they put in. Thank you so much for all that you have done. There we go. It has been a truly memorable experience. Can we give these three a huge round of applause, please? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And give it up for everybody one more time. Okay, all right, thank you so much. Okay, now, just before we go to leave, the lights will come back on. Parents, just to clarify a couple of pieces, the children are still expected to be here for the remainder of the day, so you are welcome to collect the children at 12.